you guys all known each other through your childhood, or you guys just met up one day, started the band? How did the band actually come together?
Well, me and Sean were in our first band together.
It was like freshman year of high school.
Yeah, it was at a pretty young age. And then Jack, me, Jack, and Sean were later in like a heavy metal band. And then Joey went to school with Sean. And Chase worked with me at Bob Evans. So, yeah, it all kind of like fell together when we kind of like all started playing pop punk music.
Pop punk.
Mm-hmm.
You guys dig it the whole way?
Yeah. Well, it's like
can't
what
get
we
away
all
from
grew
it.
up on, so. And like, I don't know, our music scene in Columbus is cluttered with a lot of like heavier bands, so we wanted to do something different, and something a little more fun, so. Yeah.
That seems to be something that's really popular in the area, a really big heavy movement across the states for a lot of, I guess you want to say local areas, local scenes. You guys are coming up into a pop punk scene, which was something that really kind of started earlier on in the decade towards the younger guys. How do you guys feel about that? Is it more challenging to be in a pop punk band today? Or do you find that you guys are actually just soaring right over that whole heavy hardcore scene that's been following around the death metal, all the screaming, the Christian hardcore?
Sometimes it's difficult. I think when we first like jumped on our scene, it was like, it was kind of just like a breath of fresh air to a lot of people. We got a really good response from a lot of our friends who are in like the heavier bands and stuff. It was kind of harder to win over a lot of the kids in our town with just our, just like our music or whatever alone. They kind of like, so a lot of people would like push us aside, like it's just whatever. But I think like we played with a lot of like our friends in heavier bands and stuff, and like once kids see us live, they usually are a little more accepting of our sound and stuff. So it's a little more difficult to win them over sometimes, but
I feel like the fans are harder to win over, but the people that are in the heavier bands still like all the old pop punk.
Oh yeah.
So like, they usually have mad respect most of the time.
It's pretty cool, without a doubt. I mean, it's just like the whole transition in the last number of years from punk rock, pop punk. Everyone was in this Blink-182 phase and Newfound Glory phase. Like would you guys say that those times probably influenced you guys the most into what you guys are at today?
Definitely.
yeah,
For sure.
Pretty sweet. So, you guys are back, touring on through, meeting up with Mayday Parade. What do you guys plan on doing after all this?
We're gonna ride out this year, tour for a while, take a couple weeks off, end of December, to see family and stuff, and then I think we're gonna head right back out on the road, beginning of January, for a couple weeks, at least, and then hopefully continue to like demo our songs we're writing and stuff, and like once we get some stuff together, maybe start recording again like early next year. Not sure.
Sounds good. You guys have any ideas of how you're going to be writing this new album, or where you guys want to be recording it? Any ideas as to what you guys really want to do and get complete with this album or this demo?
We're just trying to write as many songs as we can, so we have like a lot to choose from. And then like when we feel like it's the time's right to maybe like release another record again, we'll do that. We were talking to actually Caleb from Attack. He does some producing now in our hometown, so we might work with him. We'll see.
Sounds pretty stoked. Do you think you guys are gonna pick up a little bit of a heavier sound working with Caleb, or do you guys feel you're gonna stick with the whole plan as like the EP Rock Like a Party, like a party star, correct? And you keep playing that whole thing, or working with Caleb might get a little heavier?
I don't know. I think we maintain like a little bit of heaviness in our music usually, but I don't think we're gonna take it too far. And Caleb's like really he's got like a broad spectrum of musical influences, just like we do. So it'd be cool to have his input on stuff that we're writing and recording and whatnot. So should make it end up being pretty cool.
Sounds good. You guys totally stoked. But you guys gotta make it through the tour first.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, as you guys know from last time, we have a segment that's a little bit more fun. So you guys Stoked for that. I got new questions, whole new line of things. We're hopefully going to bring out some of the fun stuff and the craziness of the band. You guys stoked for that?
Stoked.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks, guys. When we return to Breaking the Mold, we will have the infamous fun session of our program, where we dig down in the nitty-gritty and fun happenings in the life of this band. So don't touch that dial. You're watching Breaking the Mold.